Bang went the door of my living tomb, a 4x8 cell without a living room. The punishment set out that spelled out my doom, and in my darkest nights I wanted to crawl back into my mother's womb. An accumulation of minds breaking in the dead of night, the screaming, yelling, and cursing of those forever out of sight, frozen in the bare bulb of a neon light, with only my inner demons that I was left to fight. And who will ever know if this punishment was wrong or right, because the plight of everyone here was conveniently out of sight. Food shoved through a slot with no words ever spoken, just a faint smell of nicotine that told you the guard had been smoking. No way to sleep in the madness, no need to be woken, just one more lost mind left behind to be broken. No need to know the time in a sentence of endless time. You've been told that this is just the punishment for the gravity of your crime. You'll never again hear the ticking of a clock or the morning chime. You'll never need any money, not a nickel or a dime. Those that knew you will forget you after you've been here for years and years. Eventually the aimlessness of your thoughts will conjure up your worst fears. The ghosts from some lost nightmare start appearing in your cell, and suddenly you feel the floors open and drop you into the bowels of hell. Your mind becomes fractured and your sanity just fell, but there's no one for you to talk to and no one you can tell. Society's locked you up and they say it's your soul you chose to sell, and you wish that this was true because you'd be better off if you were just an empty shell. But things are just not so simple, and no one knows what brought you down. No one knows the path that took your life or the place where you were found. No one knows the secrets buried in this cell beneath the ground, or how many times you called for help but you never heard a sound. But they've locked you away in a state of solitary confinement. Your sanity is a second-hand commodity that's been put on consignment. They're unwilling to admit they've gone too far because they don't know what crossing the line meant, and that perhaps their idea of justice is no justice at all and therefore needs some refinement. But no one knows the hell you live in, with not a single silent night, or how many times you punch the walls trying to kill the demons that you fight, how much toilet paper you've shoved in your ears, and how many things you've wrapped around your head, how many times you tried to bite the veins out from your arms, but then they only ever bled, the endless smell of excrement that those in your area have smeared all over their walls, how many men have jumped head first from the bunks in the hope of a deadly fall, a place without any hope in a basement hell long forgotten, the guards as much a desperate prisoner of the shitty job that they have gotten, the threads of sanity so thin that almost anything can happen, because it's not an area of great concern or terrain that we've been mapping, unless of course it's a course in how to torture tortured minds, but no one's asking any question and no one's documenting any finds, no one's seeking any answers, there's no point where the cell doors will ever open, these prisoners have so little left that there's little left for them for coping. Just a very fragile state of mind wishing for a place to rest, but even holding on to a single thought is not what they could do at best. The punishment forever punishing so it far exceeds the sentence, the torture forever torturing until daily life becomes far too intense, where a death sentence would have been a mercy, but they were bent on causing pain, so we sentence a bunch of human beings to what can only cause them to go insane.